Welcome to module 3 of this course, which is DSP. So in this lecture we are going to discuss on designing of FIR filters. So we have two techniques. One is using window method, one is using window technique, and the other one is using frequency sampling technique. First we shall discuss designing a linear phase FIR filter using window technique. Later on we go with the frequency sampling technique. So before we start with this, so why we call it as what is the significance of linear phase? If you want to preserve the input shape, then we go with linear phase. Okay. Basically in medical application, the shape of the waveform is very much important. So in that kind of case we use linear phase FIR filters. But in communication application, the shape of the signal, filtered signal, may or may not be significant for us. In that case we go for non-linear phase filter design. So non-linear phase filters are IR filters. FIR filters has linear phase. Okay. Before we take up a problem on designing a FIR filter, we need to have some prerequisite which we are going to discuss in this lecture. So with respect to impulse response, so we have symmetric and anti-symmetric FIR filters. This classification is done based on the impulse response of the filter. So mathematically, symmetric FIR filters can be represented as H of n is equal to H of n minus 1 minus n, capital N minus 1 minus small n, where n is varying from 0 to n minus 1. Say n is equal to 6. So what do we have? H of n is equal to H of 6 minus 1 minus n, right? And n is varying from where to where? From 0 to n minus 1, 6 minus 1, which is 5. What is this n? So this n is actually order of the filter, filter order. Fine. So don't get confused this n with our endpoint DFT. Now this capital N is different, it is order of the filter. If I put n equal to 0, what do I get? H of 0 is equal to H of 6 minus 1 minus 0, which is equal to H of 5. So when n equal to 1, we have H of 1 is equal to H of 6 minus 1 minus 1, which is equal to H of 4. When n equal to 2, we have H of 2 is equal to H of 6 minus 1 minus 2, which is equal to H of 3. So I cannot give H of 3 n equal to 3 because it's already there. H of 3 is already there, right? So basically, if I try to plot this impulse response, H of n, this is n, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what do we have? H of 0 is equal to H of 5, right? So if this is H of 0, this is H of 5, and H of 1 is equal to H of 4. So H of 1 is equal to H of 4, and H of 2 is equal to H of 3. H of 2 is equal to H of 3, right? So this actually resembles a symmetric shape, right? So that's why we call it as symmetric FIR filter. So this is with respect to impulse response H of n. Fine. Now for antisymmetric, mathematically we define it as H of n is equal to minus of h of n minus 1 minus n. Okay, and n is varying from 0 to n minus 1. So say n is equal to 6. Say n equal to 6. So what do we have? H of n is equal to minus of h of 6 minus 1 minus n. If I put n equal to 0, h of 0 is equal to minus of h of 6 minus 1 minus 0, which is equal to minus of h of 5. For n equal to 1, we have h of 1 is equal to minus of h of 6 minus 1 minus 1, which is equal to minus of h of 4. For n equal to 2, we have h of 2, which is equal to minus of h of 6 minus 1 minus 2, which is equal to minus of h of 3. Right? So if I try to plot this impulse response, it resembles like antisymmetric, which is odd, right? So n is equal to n is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So h of 0 is equal to minus h of 5, right? If this is my h of 0th sample, so it's negative of h of 5 sample. H of 1 is equal to minus of h of 4. It is negative of this sample. And h of 3 is equal to minus of, sorry, h of 2 is equal to minus of h of 3. Right? So this is our h of n. Right? So that's why it is called as antisymmetric. The shape of the impulse response resembles antisymmetric structure, so that's why it is an antisymmetric FIR filter. So the example which I have given here for symmetric, I have taken n as 6. For antisymmetric, I have taken n as 6 as well. Here this is even, right? N is even, and here also n is even. So same concept holds good for n is equal to odd as well. If you take odd number also, so the concept is same. You have to give values for small letter n. Next we shall see the different types of windows. Types of windows and its time domain representation. Now the first type is called rectangular window. Rectangular window, and its mathematical representation is W of n is equal to 1 for n varying from 0 to n minus 1. Say n is equal to 6. If it is a 6th order filter, if I put n equal to 6, so our W of n is, it is n equal to 0, n equal to 1, n equal to 2, n equal to 3, 4, 5, and it is, what do we have? W of n is equal to 1 for n varying from where to where? 0 to 5, right? So from 0 to 5, its sample values are 1. Okay, so this is the time domain representation of rectangular window. Its frequency domain representation I will show you either with a MATLAB or Scilab. And what is the significance of window in the window design? Again, this concept I will tell you while solving the problem. It would be better for me to convince you while designing the filter. Next, second type of window is called as Bartlett window. It is also called as triangular window because its shape resembles a triangle shape. Its mathematical equation in time domain is given by W of n is equal to 1 minus 2 times magnitude of n minus capital N minus 1 by 2, so divided by n minus 1. And again here n is varying from 0 to n minus 1. N is varying from 0 to n minus 1, and its shape is it is something like this. This is n, this is W of n, and its maximum amplitude is, this value is 1. If I take n is equal to 7, so what do we have? So it is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? Because 0 to n minus 1, 7 minus 1 is 6. So if I consider the midpoint for n equal to 3, this sample should be 1, right? So we shall see that. So for n is equal to 3, if I put n equal to 3 here, so this is 3 minus, so what is the value of n minus 1? It is 6, right? 6 minus 2 is 3. So 3 minus 3 is 0. 0 by anything is 0, and 1 minus 0 is 1. So I get 1. And before the sample at n equal to 3 and after the sample at n equal to 3, so the samples will decrease gradually. Okay. So this is how the Bartlett window in time domain looks like. Next, third type of window is Hanning window. Its mathematical equation is given by W of n is equal to 1 by 2 times 1 minus cos of 2 pi n divided by n minus 1 for n varying from 0 to n minus 1. Okay, and its shape is something like this. N, so this is 0 to n minus 1. So its maximum amplitude will be 1. This is how the shape of Hanning window looks like. And if you try to give values for n varying from 0 to the order of the filter, this is how it looks like. And next type is Hamming window. Hamming window, and its mathematical equation is given by W of n is equal to 0.54 minus 0.46 into cos of 2 pi n divided by n minus 1, and again n is taking the value 0 to order minus 1. Okay, and its shape and the shape of Hamming window looks something like this. So here the samples start from 0.08, whereas for Hanning window it starts from 0. Okay, that is the difference. Even though the shape may changes, but in frequency domain, in time domain, even though the shape is almost same, but when you take it to frequency domain, you have a lot of difference, which we shall discuss later. Now the next concept is frequency response of FIR filter. Now we shall discuss on frequency response of FIR filter. So it is given by h of omega. So what is this h of omega? It is DTFT of impulse response h of n. When you take DTFT of h of n, so when you take, if you have h of n and if you take discrete time Fourier transform, you end up with h of omega. Okay, is equal to hr of omega, real part of omega, into e power j theta of omega. This is related to magnitude and this is related to phase. Okay, the frequency response of a FIR filter is something like this. So for symmetric and n is odd, sorry, for n is even, for symmetric FIR filter, for impulse response is symmetric and for n is even, the hr of omega is given by hr of omega. So this hr of omega is given by summation n varying from 0 to n minus 2 by 1 into 2 times h of n into cos of omega into n minus 1 capital N minus 1 by 2. Okay, and theta of omega, this equation which is related to phase is given by minus of omega into n minus 1 by 2. So if this frequency response HR of omega is greater than 0 and it is equal to minus of omega into n minus 1 by 2 plus pi if this HR of omega is less than 0. Okay, so this equation is for h of n symmetric and n is even. Now for h of n symmetric and n odd and n is odd, comma, we have HR of omega is equal to, so we have a slight different equation compared for n equal to even. So it is h of n minus 1 by 2 plus summation n varying from 0 to n minus 3 by 2 into h of n into cos of omega into n minus capital N minus 1 by 2 and theta of omega is same for n is even we had, so minus of omega into n minus 1 by 2 for HR of omega is greater than 0 and it is minus of omega into n minus 1 by 2 plus pi for HR of omega is less than 0. So this equation is for h of n symmetric and n is even. Okay, HR of omega is given by something like this and theta of omega is given by something like this. When you get these two equations, ultimately you have to represent this in terms of HR of omega into e power j theta of omega. Okay, so similarly for n symmetric, h of n symmetric and n is odd, so we have HR of omega is something like this and theta of omega which is related to phase is something like this. So you have to remember this equation because we need this equation to design FIR filter. So for antisymmetric, so we have h r of omega is given by 2 times summation n varying from 0 to n minus 2 n by 2 minus 1 h of n sine of omega into n minus 1 by 2 minus n. This is for n is even and HR of omega for n is odd is given by 2 times summation n varying from 0 to n minus 3 by 2 h of n sine of omega into n minus 1 by 2 minus 1 for both n is odd and even. Our theta of n will be same, sorry, theta of omega will be same. Theta of omega is given by pi by 2 minus omega into n minus 1 by 2. This is for HR of omega is greater than 0 and pi by 2, so 3 pi by 2 minus omega into n minus 1 by 2 for HR of omega less than 0. Okay, so for antisymmetric filter, for n is even, HR of omega is something like this. For n is odd, HR of omega is something like this. And theta of omega for both n even and odd, so we have the same theta of omega. So So in the next video we shall take up one problem to design a FIR filter. Okay, let me show you the time domain and frequency domain plot of every windows which we have discussed, and I'm showing it in MATLAB. Okay, so first for rectangular window, the command is WR. This is the variable I'm taking, so RECT WIN, and inside a normal bracket I have to give the order. Let me give 30. Fine. So if I hit enter, so I get 111 everywhere. So total number of ones I have is 30, because the argument which I have given is 30, right? So if I give LENGTH, this will check the length of that variable WR, so it is 30. Fine. If I want to plot it, so in MATLAB, to plot the samples it is STEM, right? So STEM of WR. Fine. So this is a rectangular window where its amplitude is 1 everywhere for n varying from 0 to 29. Okay. So in MATLAB by default it starts from 1. So here it is showing us 1 to 30, but it is equal to 0 to 29. Fine. Now if you want to see its frequency response, so you just have to give FREQ Z of WR. If I hit enter, so it will give me both magnitude and phase response. So magnitude response of FIR filter is something like this. Here it is normalized frequency in radians per samples, so 0 to pi. So pi is actually half of the sampling frequency. Fine. So its pass band is very thin actually. From here to here we have the pass band, and stop band keeps on decreasing. Fine. So phase is anyhow, it's an FIR filter, it's a linear phase. The phase is linear here. Okay, and again this characteristics depends upon what is the order you have taken. For example, if I take just fourth order, FREQ Z of RECT rectangular window of, if I take just 4, if I hit enter, now the stop band becomes wider, the pass band becomes wider. Okay, during every pass band, so you'll be having linear phase. Okay, next is Bartlett window. I'll call it as WB is equal to, so BARTLETT. This is the command for Bartlett window. So I'll take 30 as the order. If I hit enter, since it is symmetric, so first sample is equal to last sample, and second sample is equal to last but one sample, and so on. Okay, and the length of this is 30. And if I want to see its visualization, I can do that. So it is STEM, stem of, so WB. So Bartlett window, it is nothing but what? Triangular window, right? Since I have taken even, so I don't have middle sample. Middle sample is not there. So if I take even, if I take 30, if I make it as 31, and if I try to plot it, stem of WB, see now the middle sample is at 1. Okay, so for odd I get the middle sample. Again this is a symmetric window, right? And if you want to see its frequency response, it is FREQ Z of Bartlett window. We have to pass that argument. Okay, if I hit enter, so I get to see the frequency and phase response of the Bartlett windows. Phase response is completely linear, and the pass band is a little bit wider than our rectangular window, right? And stop band start to decrease, and again slightly it increases. And again this characteristics depends upon what is the order you have taken. So this is the magnitude phase response of the Bartlett window. Now we shall go with the Hamming window. So WHAM is equal to, so command is HAMMING of, I'll take 30. If I hit enter, I get to see those samples. So again it's a symmetric, first sample is equal to last sample, and so on. If I want to plot it, STEM, stem of WHAM, if I hit enter, so this is how the Hamming window looks like. This starts at 0.08 and goes to 1 and again comes back to 0.08. Okay, that is what we saw in the theory, right? And if you want to see its frequency response, that is FREQ Z of what? WHAM. If I hit enter, so now the stop band is very much high here. I have at minus 20 dB I have the stop band compared to the previous Bartlett window, and a bit wider pass band I have, and again in every pass band the phase response is linear here. So this is the magnitude phase response of Hamming window. Now the last one is Hamming window. WHAN is equal to HANNING is the command, and I'll take 30th order. So if I hit enter, so I get to see the samples. So if you want to plot it, stem of HAWHAN. Now this is the Hamming window as we saw in the class, as we saw in the video. So it starts from 0, goes to 1 and ends at 0, right? And about its frequency response, FREQ Z of WHAN. Sorry, if it is FREQ Z of WHAN. Now we have the passband width almost same as Hamming, but its stop band keeps on decreasing. During every passband I have the phase response linear. Okay, so again the characteristics of this depends upon what is the order you have taken. Fine. So this is about magnitude phase response of Hamming window. In the next lecture we are going to take up one or two characteristics to design a FIR filter. So thank you.